everybody, just to reassure you that I'm not going to talk about the silent killer who's sitting next to you. Okay, so don't worry about that. But I would like you to imagine the silent killer next to you, but not the one sitting next to you. Confused? Okay, so here we go. First, I'm going to ask a personal question. I hope you don't mind. How many of you own a mobile phone? Hands up. Okay. Thanks, Dan. Thank you.
Depends on how you define own.
Okay, let me continue first.
Not BlackBerry.
How many of you own more than 2 mobile phones? Hands up.
More.
Including mobile devices, iPads, Android devices, Apple devices, whatever. Okay, thank you. How many of you own more than 5 mobile phones?
Taxi driver?
Okay, so here we go. Actually, I'm not going to criticize people who have mobile phones. I have one here myself. But it's come to my attention that mobile phones are sometimes our best friend, and they can also be a silent killer. Do you know why? Anybody tell me? Apart from the phone bill? Nobody knows? Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, first thing, when we use our mobile phones, where do we put it? When we're using it, I mean. Ear, yes. And the ear is next to your brain. Very good. Okay, and most people use their mobile phone in which hand? Right hand, okay. Okay, how can using your mobile phone in your right hand on your right ear kill you? Can anybody tell me? Radiation. That's partially true, that's correct. So, for this speech, I've actually done some research, but I didn't have time to print out the handouts I was supposed to give you, so you just have to take whatever I say for granted, okay? There has been many surveys going on in the past and still ongoing that have very interesting findings. Some surveys have said that mobile phones contribute to your death. Some people say that mobile phones don't contribute to your death. So I'm going to very quickly go through this, okay? The first thing is, with mobile phones, everybody knows the best way, the most convenient way to use a mobile phone is to stick it next to your ear. But there are other ways of using a mobile phone, such as headsets, Bluetooth devices, and maybe just trying to shout into your mobile phone from far away. That's another way of doing it, apparently. According to what I've read, because I have to admit that I'm not a scientist, I haven't had time to go and do all this mobile phone research. There has been a very big survey done in October last year in Denmark, and that survey was studied people in Denmark over a period of 13 years, and they concluded that mobile phone radiation does not contribute to brain tumors in your head. However, there's also been another finding which has suggested that even though radiation does not contribute directly to brain tumors, a small difference in temperature, which is close to your head, your brain, can affect the chances of you getting cancer or some other type of tumor. And I actually thought about this speech because I read or I saw a video and I read a book about a professor in the USA. His name is Randy Posh. I'm not sure if I pronounced his name correctly, but he gave a very interesting video called The Last Lecture, which has absolutely nothing to do with mobile phones. But the fact that it was the last lecture and this professor actually passed away in 2008, and he left 3 young children in his family, and that got me thinking about how many people in Hong Kong use mobile phones. And the second thing is, we need to think about teenagers in the world, how they love their mobile phones, and especially in Hong Kong. Everybody has, I think I think Hong Kong has the highest ownership of mobile phones in the world. And also you have to think about, it's not just the mobile phone radiation that can kill you. Because apart from a mobile phone, there's another important piece of technology that if it doesn't exist, you won't be able to use your mobile phone. Anybody know what that is? You see them in Hong Kong all over the street. Okay, those are actually, I think those are wave transformers, or anyway, they help to intensify the signal from the headquarters, say using Vodafone. They send out a signal out, and you're on Lantau Island, for example. How does the signal get to your phone? It loses strength after a while, over a distance, so they need to keep on intensifying that. And that will also contribute to radiation. Also, one more thing, whenever you go to Starbucks or Pacific Coffee or a public library or even in your office or even at home, most of you have some sort of Wi-Fi device at home, I'm pretty sure. Those Wi-Fi devices could actually cause cancer. Now, if you have young children at home and they sleep near the Wi-Fi router or something like that, you have to be, maybe you have to start worrying, because at least do some research, think about whether your child will be affected by that. And also, I see kids on the MTR at an increasingly young age having an iPhone or some kind of super expensive mobile phone. And they never grew up using those big chunky brick phones that we've seen 30, 40, 50 years ago. Okay, so this is just exaggeration. Well, anyway, when I was growing up, I saw these big, we call them water bottle mobile phones. You know what they are? Yeah, and kids nowadays, you have these super slim Samsung, iPhone type mobile phones, and you see them playing Angry Birds every day on MTR. And you wonder, I mean, even if they're playing Angry Birds, the radiation is still there, but it's not close enough to kill you. But a lot of people, especially teenage girls, they like to chat all the time. And apparently 30 minutes of radiation, 30 minutes of mobile phone use is enough to start a tumor going. But it's not going to do it over 30 minutes. It's going to do that over a period of, say, 10 years, 20 years. You won't know until 20, 30 years later when it's too late. Okay? So that's something for you to think about it. Imagine a world without mobile phones. Will that be a better place? Thank you very much.